this is Mrs. Wallace, and today I'm here to talk to you about micropipettes. Micropipettes are used for drawing up very, very, very small volumes of liquid. They're used a lot in biology for microexperiments. So in order to use a micropipette, you're going to need the micropipettes, and you're also going to need a pipette tip. We have two different sizes here for our three different sizes of micropipettes. This is called a P20 micropipette because it measures up to 20 microliters. So if you look at your pipettes, you'll always see a range. This one says 2 to 20. This one over here says 20 to 200. And then this big one here says 100 to 1,000. Make sure you never go above or below those measurements. That could cause the mechanism inside the pipette to break, and these are very expensive. These two have yellow markings on them. That means you use the yellow tips. This one is a blue marking, so you use the blue tips. Today, I'm going to use my micropipette to draw up 150 microliters of a blue liquid. So I'm going to choose the micropipette that can measure 150. You could do this with either a 20 to 200, or you could do this with a 100 to 1,000. It's always best to choose the smaller pipette. So I'm going to set this to 150. To set these, you unlock by pulling this piece down, and then you turn this wheel until the number here reads whatever you want it to read. So in this case, 150. I keep wheelie dealy, wheelie dealy, wheelie dealy. Aha, 150. Now my pipette reads 150, so I'm going to lock the mechanism. Next, what I'm going to, oh wait, that's 151. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a pipette tip. So I'll open the box and then gently stick my pipette there so the tip sticks right on. Then what you're going to do, this is very complicated, okay? So if you push down the pipette, it'll go this far and you'll feel some resistance, but you can keep pushing. This is called the first stop and the second stop. When we're drawing up liquid, we only want to go to the first stop. So I get to the first stop and I put a little bit of pressure on there in order to draw the liquid up. Then I place my pipette tip in my solution and slowly release. You want to make sure that you don't have any bubbles in your liquid once it's drawn up. Then, in order to dispense my liquid, you can do it one of two ways. You can, like with the pipettes, touch the tip to the side and then push it all the way down like that. Or you could also go to the bottom of your container and then eject it or push it all the way out that way. This one you can just go up and down a few times to make sure everything got out, and then you're done. To eject the tip, all of you should have a solid waste container at your lab bench. You're going to put the pipette over the solid waste container, and then this little button is your tip ejector. It's really fun. There's a couple things you want to note on these pipettes though. So this is the 1000. Some of them have a red number. That red number tells you this isn't 27 milliliters or microliters, but it's actually 270. So here the red number is the 1000s place. So if that's 0, not 1,000. If that number was 1, that would be 1,000. There's also another one that's funky like that. It's this one. This is a different version of the P20 micropipette. It also has a red number, but this time it's the decimal place. So this one reads 15.0. We'll practice those later.